Test. Okay, can you guys hear me? Does this thing work? Test, test, test. Okay, I think we're good. I don't really remember what we were doing last time I played because it was a while ago. Hmm. Yeah, but I think that's done. Head to queue, shoot number 1 star. Okay. I'll just do what the game tells me to do. Oh.
Must we?
Nick Foles is worse than Russell Wilson. We finally found another quarterback worse than Wilson.
What a waste.
Well, I'm not really planning on the Giants losing a game. God, Dota, if you watched my videos, you would know this stuff. I go over this stuff in painstaking detail.
Hattori-san?
Oh, I didn't notice you there, Yagami-san.
Don't tell me you're using a phone camera to take pictures for your article.
No, we need the Commanders to lose one game and the Packers to lose one game.
Plenty high nowadays. You have a problem?
Not really, no. Just didn't know sensationalist food columns were a thing.
I only report on things that interest me. That's my professional philosophy.
Well, is it gonna take a while? I'm here to talk.
Hello, Hachiman.
Don't worry, I'll be done soon.
How's the audio balance, by the way? Did Jamarcus Russell get arrested for sipping lean? I thought he just got cut for that.
All right, I'm done. Thanks for stopping by, Yagami-san. Kinda strange sharing a bowl of ramen with you. I thought the day would never come.
Can you not?
Relax, Yagami-san.
Are you still working for Kajihira?
I'm not sure I'd go that far. He just calls me in for favors every now and again. Helps to be on good terms with the guy. For my job, you know?
Uh-huh.
It'd be nice to be close with you, too, Yagami-san. I heard you were the one who discovered Shintani-sensei's corpse, after all.
So,
I'm
Darkside
here to talk
Phil's
Aiden,
capture
man.
card died today,
If
and he
that's not what
streamed
this is
for
about, I'm not
about
sticking around.
5 hours
All
trying to
right,
figure
all
out
right.
what
But
capture
you'll
card he
owe me
needs to
for
get,
this.
because he hasn't upgraded his PC in 8 years, so he has to have Windows 8. So he needs to get a capture card that is Windows 8 compatible, and like none of them are. So it literally took him like 5 hours on Amazon to figure out what to do.
Generally, drug development starts with the discovery of a compound that can treat a given disease. That compound becomes the candidate for a drug. They then test its effects on animals, after which the drug heads to clinical trials. Which is a nicer way of saying human experimentation, by the way. As for the process, it can take years, sometimes even longer, to ensure a drug is truly safe for public consumption.
Yeah, it's tough, I get it.
Before now, Alzheimer's drugs have only been able to slow the progress of the disease. None can cure it completely. But Director Keto's 89 proved remarkably effective at doing just that when tested on mice. If it can work on humans as well, maybe we can finally kiss Alzheimer's goodbye. At least, that's what the paper they published a year ago claimed.
Interesting.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
In this country, 1 in 4 people over the age of 80 is affected by dementia. That means for a couple in their 50s,
Yeah, Dota, he's been
there's a good
streaming
chance
on the
that
internet
one of
for
their
15
parents has
years.
it.
He's like one of the
And
most
the odds that one member of
notorious
that couple will develop it
Let's
themselves
Players of all
is
time.
50-50.
But
No matter how
he's
you look
become a
at it,
pretty huge lol cow.
dementia is an
All people do is
inescapable
make
issue.
fun of him now because he's a
If I ever
41-year-old who plays video
experience
games
symptoms
like
myself,
40
I'd go
hours
to
a
the
week
doctor
and
straight
expects
away.
people to give him money all the time.
In some cases, they can slow the progress enough that you can even keep working. I guess my point is, dementia is not something to fear. It's a possibility to prepare for. Our biggest enemy is ignorance and apathy. Kinda reminds me of someone.
He can't afford to build
Yeah,
a
if you say
PC.
so.
Good. I'd like to give you a rundown of what exactly Alzheimer's is then. You interested?
Well, Dota, the only way he makes ends meet is that he constantly berates his viewers to give him money. So, honestly, the gravy train should have stopped a while ago, but he's really good at, like, guilt tripping his viewers into giving him money and passive aggressively getting people to give him money and quite possibly making stuff up about how, like, I have this bill I have to pay. Oh, my shower broke. I need to fix it. And then they did, like, apparently somebody, like, hacked into his bank account and they found out he was spending, like, 40 grand a year on mobile games or something. So, he denies it. He insists that it's not true, but it's a pretty crazy situation. He was just some guy who liked Street Fighter. He insists that he doesn't pay for mobile games, but People have hacked his bank accounts, and they say he spent like 40 grand on them in a year.
Well, you're gonna, even if I say no, right?
You bet I would. Now let's begin. Out of all the diseases that can cause dementia, Alzheimer's accounts for roughly 70% of cases. It's believed to be brought about by buildup of a protein
Yeah, I
called
saw that.
amyloid beta in the brain. When that happens, nerve cells start dying off and the brain begins to atrophy.
So to put this in layman's terms, waste buildup kind of shrinks the brain.
That's one way to put it, yes. But even that is just a theory at this point. There's still much to learn about Alzheimer's.
And when your brain shrinks,
Your memory is impaired. Let me explain. There are 3 processes involved in memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Alzheimer's impairs the first step, encoding. This makes it near impossible to remember new things. I'll give you an example that
Really
stuck with me.
interested
When doctors asked a dementia patient the date,
to see
they
what
had
the
no problem
Broncos do
producing the
against the
correct
Chiefs.
answer.
Are they going to lay
But when
down,
asked
or are they
the
actually going to
year,
play hard for
the
Rosberg?
patient said 1952. Their mind was stuck decades in the past. You see, dementia not only inhibits new memories, but jumbles the ones you already have as well.
I mean, honestly, if the Broncos just lose a normal game, if the Broncos just lost like a normal football game, like lost by like 10 points, Hackett doesn't get fired, right? They just keep him and fire him at the end of the year.
I think I understand.
Good.
So how exactly does 89 cure Alzheimer's?
Not that it
According to
matters,
their
he's getting
research,
fired either way,
when
but
they
still.
injected 89 into the test mice. It brought about a process known as autophagy.
Which is what?
It's a Greek word that means self-devouring. That's what your body starts to do to its own proteins. In other words, all the amyloid beta built up in the mice's brains began to instantly break down.
Instantly.
Yes, and once it was all gone, their Alzheimer's stopped progressing entirely.
Test.
The most shocking thing is that even brain cells
Okay,
which
we're
had
good.
lost function were able to recover. As one researcher put it, it's as though the brain turns on a backup generator. If they can bring about similar effects in humans,
They'll have a cure for Alzheimer's.
that's right. There are millions of patients worldwide, and that number is growing steadily every day. If they actually complete this drug, it could truly change the world as we know it.
What
It's
does the
nothing
Chiefs
short of a
owner have to
dream
do
drug
with the
for
Russell Wilson?
buyers and sellers.
You mean I assume you mean the Broncos owner, but I don't think any owner has the balls to do that. These owners need to learn how to stand up to the damn players.
If you ask me, it sounds too good to be true.
Excuse me?
I mean,
I wonder if Russ
the
would
vice
care. I
director
wonder
of
if
the
Russ would be okay
ADAC
just sitting on the bench and
suspected something
collecting
fishy
a
was
ton
going
of
on
money.
with it. But when he started digging around, someone offed him to keep their secret safe. Made it look like a brawl so nobody'd get suspicious.
What kind of secret are we talking?
Oh yeah, okay. So there's this retard who was on my YouTube comments last season constantly and during the off season, you know, bootlicking Russ, right? Like just endless bullshit about how Russ is intentionally playing bad to try to get Pete fired, and he's the greatest ever. There's nothing he can't do. He's as good as Brady and Rodgers and all these other guys. Just endless spewing nonsense. And he's been on Twitter all off season defending Russ and talking about how great he is. So I happen to know what his Twitter account is. So I went on his Twitter account, and all he's doing now is replying to Russ on Twitter, telling him how much he hates him now, and how he needs to retire, and how he doesn't care about football anymore. Like that's all he does now. Hold on. I am not encouraging harassment of this individual. I am not encouraging harassment, but people are asking. This guy got so mad at me last year when I started talking bad about Wilson. Like, he was so furious.
Like the drug's effects being falsified.
No, there's no chance of that.
Huh? How do you know?
Since the announcement of AD9, countless animal tests have proven successful. It's no fabrication. One test after another, they've proven its viability.
And you're sure?
Yes. I'm of the mind they should push forward faster, even if the paper was a little rougher on the edges. After all, dementia drugs are being developed all around the world. It would be a shame if someone beat them to the punch, both for the ADDC and for Japan. Kido-san is far too cautious. This is no time to be testing on animals. They need...
He thinks Pete is a moron who's going to waste all the picks, and that Wilson would still be great if he was in Seattle, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. That's what some people seem to believe. It's complete ludicrousness.
to move to
But keep scrolling. Keep scrolling through his feed.
By which you mean
Experimenting on humans.
human experimentation. Wait.
What's wrong?
It was certainly better than this, though.
Nothing. Just... Are you absolutely sure there's nothing off about 89?
I guess there is an interesting detail I noticed.
Hmm?
Kido-san is listed as the sole author of the 89 research. But in truth, he only put his name on the paper to lend it credibility. The key researcher was someone else entirely. A guy you know too, man by the name of Shono.
So the one I want.
Problem, you know what the problem is? And this goes for a couple different people who have commented on my videos over the years. There are these people who admit they're not Seahawks fans, they're just Russell Wilson groupies. And they keep interjecting themselves into Seahawks fan conversations like we're supposed to care what they think. That's what I don't understand. Why do these people think they matter in a Seahawks fan conversation? Why do they keep trying to interject themselves like what they want matters at all? Like, there's another guy who I know on Twitter who's a huge Wilson fan. He was a Seahawks fan for 10 years, and then when Wilson got traded, he's now a Broncos fan. All he does is defend Russ and defend Russ and defend Russ. And then he constantly tries to interject himself into these conversations with Seahawks fans and, you know, what constitutes like an... what constitutes a successful year for the Seahawks. And it's like, dude, no one cares what you think. You don't have the best interests of this team in mind. You don't know anything about the best interests of this team. There is a comparison I can make, but I'm going to get in trouble if I make it. So I'm not going to say anything else about it.
So you're saying Shono's the creator of 89?
Seems so. The paper would never have gained such worldwide traction without Kido-san, though. They needed a leading expert to rubber stamp the research and make it seem more official.
Well, this guy constantly tried to come at me last year. He was like, I want to debate you. Debate me, bro. Debate me. And I just ignored him because I was like, I don't need to debate you. Like, what happens next year is going to prove how dumb you are. Like, I don't need to say anything to you. In a year, you're going to feel as stupid as you could possibly be, regardless of what I say. And look what happened. Dude, I'm busy. Stop guilt-tripping me. Don't be an ass. Just image bullshit. I mean, that's the reason why he's tweeting at Wilson like, I hate you now, I can't stand you now, you're a piece of garbage. Because Russ makes him look like an idiot. Like, the bottom line is, nobody's ever going to take him seriously again because he got this so wrong. He just looks like a complete moron now. That's why he's so mad at him.
Yo, welcome back.
Hey there, Yagami-san.
The gang's all here, huh?
How did things go with Hattori-san? Did you learn anything useful?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, yesterday was the worst game of Wilson's career, right? Like, this has got to be rock bottom.
Wait, are you saying there isn't actually anything up with 89?
That's what Hattori said, yeah.
And now he's turning into one of these idiots who's like, it's Sierra's fault. Like, am I wrong here? Like, what is he supposed to do? Practice celibacy? What is he supposed to do? Be celibate until he retires from the NFL?
This is the first time I'm hearing about Kido not really being involved, though. It's possible Shono's
Like,
hiding the
I don't
truth from
understand that.
even
People
him.
keep talking about Sierra. People need to
Maybe.
knock that off. It's
But first,
weird.
one term in particular stuck with me from my chat with Hattori-san.
Which is?
Human experimentation.
Go on.
Apparently, 89 is just about ready to be tested on real human subjects.
Well, that's gross. Side effects include bloating, blindness, and death, right?
Knock it off.
Sorry. What's bothering you about that, Yagami-san?
Well, it's just... I've just been thinking... What if all these murders were secretly experimental trials for 89?
Like, if you go back, if you use the advanced Twitter search to go back to, like, what he was tweeting after the Colts game, he's, like, adding Russell Wilson, like, telling him, like, dude, you need therapy, you missed a wide open, like, Russell Wilson doesn't read his Twitter mentions, dude. Like, he doesn't know you exist. He doesn't care about you. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. People at these celebrities on Twitter. They don't read their mentions. Like, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to read what you say. If you want to just yell at somebody to vent, that's understandable. But if you're actually, like, trying to give advice, like, Jesus.
You're serious?
If Shono's the one behind all this...
What? You think this guy Shono went out, hired an assassin, and started killing people?
Guess it's a bit of a stretch, huh?
Even if these people were test cases, why would Shono have to murder them? This is a dementia drug, not some kind of chemical weapon.
No, but what if it really did have some kind of crazy side effects, though? Like, they didn't want to kill the people, but they ended up dying anyways.
It was perfectly fine when they tested it on mice, though. If it ended up killing someone, then... Wait a sec.
Yeah, wait a sec is right. We're on the same page here.
What if 89 was completely harmless to mice, but lethal when introduced into the human body?
If that was the case, they'd need to perform a ton of experiments to make sure it was fixed. Which is why they killed all those Kyorei guys.
Back it up. If they're testing a drug, wouldn't they want to use it on an actual patient? I mean, it's not like those Kyorei guys all had Alzheimer's or anything.
That's true.
Actually, it says here that they test new drugs on healthy humans as well.
Kind of think we
They're the
do, but
control
I'm
group
not
to make sure the
confident
drug
in
is
it.
safe.
Yeah, eventually. It wouldn't make any damn sense for him to start on anyone but real patients, though.
But...
Just give it a rest. Try taking this seriously for once.
We are taking this seriously.
Says the dumbass kid who keeps spouting tinfoil hat shit about goddamn human experiments.
My thing is,
The only
Carol needs to
dumbass
right
here
the
is
ship.
guy
He
who
can't let us lose
consider
4 in
all
a
the
row.
possible options.
Oh, is that
Or else,
right?
really, what good is
Next
he?
You're gonna tell me they experimented on old man Waku too. Fucking idiots.
Dude, calm down.
Hmm?
You're not the brains of the operation, dude.
What?
Like, you're the muscle.
That incident 3 years ago at the ADDC. The guy who died, Wakusan. Didn't he have Alzheimer's?
Hey, I think you're onto something.
Huh?
Think about it, Kaito-san. Waku-san was an Alzheimer's patient at the center. We know for a fact that Okubo didn't kill him, but they never tracked the real murderer down.
Alright, cool your fucking jets. That happened 3 years ago. AD-9 didn't even exist back then.
True, it was only announced last year. But all the research that went into that paper would have reached way further back.
Huh? Wait, are we really onto something?
It's hard to say for sure, but it's worth looking into at the very least.
Yeah, I saw Joe Titman a little bit. He seems nice. Seems alright to me.
If 89's really what killed Wakusan 3 years ago, the ADDC's finished.
I still like Schmitz better.
Shit would be the scandal of the century.
No, I don't want to decorate right now. You know Gino's got to get his revenge too, right? I mean, come on now. Gino's got to get his revenge.
I have a few more thoughts about this whole human experimentation theory. Mind if we continue?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so let's say Shono did experiment on Waku-san. Why would he do that? They normally do a lot more to ensure a drug is safe before it enters clinical trials. What was his motive for testing it then?
Maybe he wanted to try his groundbreaking new drug on a real live human as soon as possible. If it worked, he'd have the cure. And he'd have it
No
without dealing
toxic.
with all the red tape
When
these
I try
things
to
go
play
through.
GTA Online, I
Would've saved
get
him
killed
years.
immediately.
That's possible. I guess Shono was surrounded by dementia patients. One little test wouldn't be a big deal, and if it succeeded, his drug would save the world. If it meant curing Alzheimer's sooner, he...
I mean, he should, right? Like, if we actually go on a 5-game losing streak and lose 7 of 8 when the playoffs were basically a lock, like, go away at that point. At that point, what's the difference between you and... what's the difference between you and Nathaniel Hackett?
might have been okay accepting the risk.
But instead of doing what it was meant to do, 89 had a horrible side effect. Death. The more I think about it, the more it feels like this is how it all went down.
It's starting to make sense.
But now, even though he knows the risks, he's still experimenting and using the mole to do it. I know this is all just a theory, but the pieces all seem to fit
Exactly, Big
together.
Country.
Going down that path, Yagami-san, that means Okubo really was innocent, yeah? But he murdered his girlfriend right after. I mean, that's why he's on death row.
Quit it, Sugiura. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
It does kind of feel like if Pete wants to, he'll just have a free excuse. But he really shouldn't.
So, to summarize our theory so far. It all started 3 years ago when Shono accidentally killed a patient during an AD9 test. But those tests are still ongoing. That's why Hamura had all those Kyorei guys killed.
But wait, how would a guy like Shono get wrapped up with Yakuza and assassins? Your run-of-the-mill researcher wouldn't have the cash or connections for that shit.
All right for the
What if
coughing, by the
someone
way,
close
tonight,
to him
guys.
did?
Someone Shono knows who's got Yakuza ties? The hell could that be?
Shigeru Kajihira, chairman of the Kajihira Group.
I'm not so sure about that, Yagami-san.
What?
Huh?
Really?
Think about it. The murdered Kyorei Yakuza are... Besides, there's no...
I guess you're...
Well, we can rule Kajihira.
the Minister of Health. Now he's a Kazumi.
I don't remember the plot
You
in this
think an
game.
active cabinet member is out hooking Shono up with Yakuza? Seriously?
I suppose the minister would have enough power. But I'm not sure he has the motive. Especially not for such a risky move.
Who else do we have then?
Someone who could get Hamura and Shono in touch. Huh.
Jeez. Strike
Ryusuke
3.
Kido, director of the ADDC.
I'm not convinced. Well,
Oh, I see
Dota,
what
that
you
depends
mean.
on them playing their starters.
Kido would have access to ADDC funding. There's even been talk of him having ties to the Yakuza somehow, right?
We'll see how they end up playing this. You never know.
I think you've cracked
Every
it,
team does things
Yagami-san.
differently.
It had to be Kido.
I don't know if that's really true.
Why?
Think back to the '89 press conference. You remember the look on Kido's face? He was so proud, innocent even. But if he knew about all this human experiment shit, no way he'd look like that.
Doesn't mean anything, dude.
Dude's got a point.
Then maybe he was only told about the experiments after the conference took place. That would still make sense, right? First, Shono gets Kido to sign off on the '89 paper and publicly gives him all the credit. Thrilled about the possibilities, Kido proudly presents the research at that press conference. There's no turning back after that, even if he found out about the experiments. That's
Hopefully.
probably how Shono got Kido on
I would
his side.
prefer if the Ravens lose
He
to the
then used
Bengals in Week
Kido's
18,
funding
though.
and
That would make it
connections to
easier.
bring in Hamura and the Mole. It feels like all the pieces are falling into place.
That means Kido's not actually the one in charge.
Right. Shono is behind everything.
Let's say you're right. When did Shono start using this guy? When was the mole's first murder?
Probably Hashki's death 6 months ago.
And why do you say that?
Hashki inching closer to the truth about 89 was a serious problem for Shono. But as we know, Shono was in a taxi at the time of the beating. Meaning someone else must have been responsible for Hashki's death.
The man in the black raincoat. He's the Mole?
Yeah, only the best of the best assassins would have the skill to do what they did to Hashki.
Yeah, but
Can't
does the
argue with
coaching
that.
change wake them up a little bit?
Who knows
That's
how
possible.
close Hashki was to
That
finding out
happens
about the human
sometimes.
experimentation before he died.
Yeah, and if he
The main reason why I don't think they will is because they know Rosberg won't be the head coach next year no matter what. Like a great example was when the Cowboys fired Wade Phillips because the team had quit on him. And they put in Jason Garrett as the interim coach. And immediately the team started playing hard again. But that was maybe because they knew Garrett could be hired as the permanent head coach, which he was.
had, that would have been the end of the line for Shono. Seems like a plausible motive to me.
So what, everything just makes sense? I don't know.
If you have something to say it.
I mean,
I don't think that can
Just a
possibly
theory,
be true
right?
given what we saw on
sounds
on
almost
Sunday,
too
Dota.
convenient.
What do you mean?
If that was the case, they would have at least tried.
Shono killed Wakusan at the ADDC 3 years ago. Then Okubo, the primary suspect in the case, would be totally in the clear.
Yep. Already proved that in court, remember?
I don't know.
Okubo, he killed his girlfriend right after. He stabbed her over and over. Even set the place on fire. Reeked of booze, too. Even though he was supposed to be dry. Defend him all you want. The guy's a murderer. That's why the whole thing was such a big deal. Everyone realized the court made a mistake.
Oh,
It took the death of an innocent girl for them to realize that Okubo probably did it after all.
here's the question. Do the Bears
Yeah, here
win a
you are.
game? Can the Bears beat the
Claiming
Vikings?
The court got it right. Claiming Okubo's innocent. But you just don't want to feel responsible for Emi Terasawa's death. That's it.
Dude, don't be an
isn't it?
ass.
Enough, Sugiura. You're way out of line, and you don't know shit.
Look, I know I get swept up in my emotions pretty easily sometimes. All the
They
same,
should
I'm trying to
honestly
be fair
bench
here.
Randy Gregory just for being a
Are you?
dumbass.
So if we want to treat Yagami-san's theory like it's the truth, then we'll have to figure out whether or not Okubo is innocent. if he actually killed Wakasan.
And how are you suggesting we do that?
The Bears have been
Simple.
playing close
You
games
just
lately.
go to Okubo and ask if he did it.
You want to talk to him face to face? Meeting with a death row inmate isn't that easy.
A lawyer like you should have no problem setting that up, right?
He can't stand me, though. From day one, Okubo insisted he was innocent, that he didn't kill Emmy. But I abandoned him. Told him he'd be better off just giving up.
Fine. But that's a pretty weak excuse for not going to talk to him now. If you really want to pursue this case, you don't have a choice, Yagami-san.
Well,
Hoshino-kun,
Yes?
let's go talk to Okubo. Think you can arrange that for me?
I can try. Let me get in touch with the prison.
Thanks. I'll be at Genda's if you want to find me. Looking over the old case files.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to post a video in the morning tomorrow talking about this stuff. According to Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football, he thinks the Broncos are going to get Sean Payton. Do these people not realize you need to trade for Sean Payton? Like, the Broncos do not have the draft capital to trade for Payton. Any other team that wants to trade for Payton can give up better assets than the Broncos. Especially because the Broncos suck and need those picks to improve their team. Unlike a team like, say, the Chargers that has a good team and might be willing to trade picks for a coach because their roster is already really good. I'd love to. You know I'd love to. I would take anything for Pete. Even though he acquitted himself somewhat better this year than in previous years. Still not really buying it. Oh shit, I need medicine. Well, I mean, maybe Dan Quinn is an idiot. He did blow a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. So him being an idiot seems reasonable to me. Honestly, I think within reason the best the Broncos could do, Dan Quinn head coach, Schottenheimer offensive coordinator, Evero stays defensive coordinator. I think that's the best they can do. And it's not that good. Like, I mean, at least it's a respectable staff. It's not like Hackett.
And stay down.
The thing is, if we do let Pete go, the only guy who I think makes sense to make head coach would be Desai, because he was here for the first part of the rebuild, so he would just be kind of sliding in to the head honcho seat.
You don't
But
give up, do you?
I don't think you can go out and get somebody. God damn it, go away. Is that guy's name Futaba? Which is a girl's name. Okay, but Baker was playing against a team that quit. Baker was playing against a team that literally was not trying. No, he beat the Raiders, right? Not the Saints. Was it? Raiders' defense is terrible, too. I don't know. I mean, at least Baker has young legs. Baker might be better than Russ right now. Especially with Russ's brain apparently not working. I don't know. I don't think it's ridiculous. I wonder how many people are actually still defending Russ at this point. I know of one who can't get Russ's dick out of his mouth. One. I wonder if there are any others who are unironically, like, besides his family. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a short break here. I'm going to go use the facilities. When I get back, we're going to do another hour of judgment. So, stay tuned. See you guys shortly. Okay, I am back. I think there are two quarterbacks in the league this year that I have seen play, let's say, in multiple games that are worse than Russ. Zach Wilson and Malik Willis. Everybody else, I think, has been at least as good or better. Zach Wilson and Malik Willis are the only two quarterbacks this year who I think are worse than Russ. Maybe Davis Mills, but I don't even think Davis Mills.
Agami. You need something?
Mind if I look over a case file? The ADDC one from 3 years ago. I'm seeing Okubo soon.
Yeah, if Nick Foles plays another game, then him.
What do you mean you're seeing Okubo?
Hold on. I'll go pull the documents up.
Thanks, Sari-san.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
How's it going, Yagami-san?
Oh, not bad. What do you have there?
The
Why does
files for
she
Emi
look so
Terasawa's
mousy?
case.
Is it
I
intentional?
thought they might be useful too.
Well,
Well, Nick
Yagami-san,
Foles was never
I think
great.
you should look them over if you're
Let's
going
be
to
real
talk to
here.
Okubo. If you really don't need them, just leave them here. I'll put everything back later.
But yeah, he looked. Honestly, Nick Foles did look worse than Wilson. But we'll see if Nick Foles plays again this year.
Emi Terasawa, 26 years old at time of death. December 2nd,
Why does she look so
2015,
scary in her
about 11
mugshot?
p.m. Her body is found on the second floor of a burnt-out apartment building. 15 stab wounds to the chest, presumably inflicted while she was still alive. Cause of death? Blood loss. No ash in her lungs, so she didn't inhale any smoke. Emi died before the fire started. Shinpei Okubo, the victim's boyfriend and roommate, was found at the scene and arrested. Murder weapon is thought to be a kitchen knife. It was covered in Okubo's prints. Okubo was wasted out of his mind when firefighters arrived at the apartment.
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
But Okubo claims he doesn't remember ever drinking, that he woke up surrounded by flames.
Is he going to end up being
Pleaded innocence from
innocent?
day
That would
one.
be something.
Yagami. Do you really have to do this? Go see Okubo, I mean.
Yeah, looks like I do.
But why?
I need to know if he was really innocent. If he killed Waku-san 3 years ago. I'm going to find the truth, Kenta-sensei.
What? In just one little prison chat?
Well, either way, I never felt like I closed the book on this. I should have done this years ago. I mean, yeah, I defended him in court. But we didn't have anything definitive to prove his innocence. The only thing the ruling said was that they couldn't conclusively prove his guilt. Meaning for the public at large, he as good as did it. Okubo got laid off from his job, and had his personal details smeared all over the internet.
Yeah.
The guy barely even went outside. Couldn't sleep at night without his pills. But I didn't ask him about any of that. Didn't really care either. Until one day, Okubo gave up his years of sobriety, started drinking, and stabbed his girlfriend to death.
And what? You think that's your fault?
I helped set a murderer loose on the world. In other words, Emi died because of me.
I'm not gonna let you do this to yourself. Do you remember your dad's last case? Must have been almost 20 years ago.
I didn't even know
Do
my
you,
character had a
Yagami?
dad. I thought I was
Yeah,
virgin birth.
no way I could forget.
The defendant in that case raped and murdered a 15-year-old girl. At least that's what they said he did. Everyone in the damn country thought that guy deserved to get executed. No thoughts of innocence, except from your dad. You know how it all went down after that. He gave the prosecution what for. Your dad never compromised his ideals, no matter what. He said a lawyer's job isn't discovering the truth, or even knowing it. It's proving the prosecution doesn't have enough evidence to convict. Do you understand? That's how he saw the defense's role. It takes some real guts to say that. That's why you looked up to him. And you would have never become an attorney without his influence.
In the beginning, sure I did. But you know, a lot happened afterward, with my dad, and with me too.
Yeah.
You know, I said this on the
It's
earlier
possible
stream,
the defendant actually was guilty.
but it's actually really damning that Wilson allowed a coach to get fired in the middle of his first year. Like, elite quarterbacks protect shitty coaches, right? Like, elite quarterbacks make coaches keep their jobs longer than they should. So, honestly, that's kind of damning too. Like, how many years did Aaron Rodgers keep Mike McCarthy employed? How many years did Peyton Manning keep John Fox employed? Peyton Manning got Adam Gase head coaching jobs, and that guy's an idiot. Tom Brady got Josh McDaniels 2 head coaching jobs, and that guy's an idiot too. Like, elite quarterbacks should be protecting their shitty coaches. The fact that this guy got fired after less than a year is actually a huge indicator that he's not among that group.
Raped the girl, killed her in cold blood. He disappeared.
John Fox was
almost
good
immediately
until he
after the
wasn't.
trial. So, all of the hatred, all of the anger people felt, was thrown onto my dad. Not long after, he and my mom were killed by the victim's father.
Even so, I don't think your old man did anything wrong. Our job's showing that the prosecution doesn't have enough evidence, not finding the truth. And when you defended Okubo the first time around, that's exactly what you did. Listen to me, Yagami. You didn't do anything wrong.
Sure, I get what you're saying.
Oh, I know.
But a
I
girl burned
I
to
think
death
everybody
because she was
understands
good at her
that.
job.
Everybody's smart.
Ever think about how that feels?
What?
It's easy to sit back and tell me I did nothing wrong, but put yourself in my shoes. Could you say you did the right thing?
That's enough! How long are you gonna let this dominate your life?
If Russell doesn't
For
put up
as long
volume
as I live.
stats for the next 5-6 years, then I don't think he gets in. I think he needed to accumulate volume stats, and it's not happening.
Yagami speaking.
Hey,
You got to
it's
get to,
Marshall.
like,
I've arranged our
400
chat with Okubo.
touchdowns, 50,000 yards,
Meet
right?
me at the taxi stand on West Shichifuku Street. I'm on my way there now.
Got it. Thanks.
He's got to at least get himself up to, like, Ryan Tannehill levels of play,
I
so he can
appreciate
at
the
least
concern.
maintain a starting
I've said all I
job
wanted
long
to
enough to
say.
put up big stats.
It's fine. I half knew you weren't gonna listen anyway.
Genda-sensei,
Hmm?
you and I both saw what happens when you don't pursue the truth. I can't let that go. I won't.
I mean, honestly, like, let's think about the worst quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. Is Wilson got a better resume than them? Kurt Warner, Troy Aikman, Joe Namath, eventually Eli Manning. Does Russell Wilson have a better resume than any of those guys?
We're finally going to see Okubo. Go ahead and get in, Yagami-san.
How exactly did I get this meeting, though? What do I say? Like, I want to meet with a killer?
Long time no see. Yagami-sensei.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I apologize. I've been alone all this time. Talking is...
Don't worry. We're not in a rush here.
You look so different.
Yeah. I haven't been back in the courtroom since the last day of our case.
Meaning you're not a lawyer?
Not quite. I'm a detective. In Kamurocho. Pays the bills, you know.
And that's all my fault?
Hey. Sorry. This isn't what I came here to talk about today. 3 years ago, at the ADDC. Did you actually murder Waku-san or not?
What? Yagami, I don't understand. You know I'm innocent.
I don't need to, Kyle. They're clowning themselves with the way they act. They clown themselves. I don't need to say anything. They know. I was talking about a dude a little earlier in this stream, actually, who was acting like an idiot in my comments section in my stream chats last year in the off-season because I dared to say negative things about Russ. And now he's basically... Now all he does is at Russ on Twitter telling him that he needs to retire and he's a piece of garbage.
I didn't murder Waku-san. Or Emi-chan. Why won't you listen to me? I told you time and time again, I didn't kill anyone! Why won't people just believe me?
Well, if Wilson played like this for us, we'd probably just cut him,
more
right?
Than enough evidence to convict you for Emi's murder.
They'd probably just cut him.
It was an open and
Like,
shut
nobody would
case.
trade for him if he played like
There was
this.
nothing we could do.
Of course not. How am I gonna win when my own lawyer doesn't believe I'm innocent? Don't think I couldn't tell. Every time you went up there and tried to clear my name, you looked like you were gonna puke.
So, Okubo-san, you really didn't do it either time?
That's what I've been saying all along.
My name is Hoshino from the Genda Law Office. If you don't mind, we have a theory about the ADDC incident you were on trial for.
I do mind. It doesn't have anything to do with me.
But don't you want to know who really killed Waku-san?
It was an ADDC researcher by the name of Yoji Shono.
I remember him. But you're saying he did it? Why, though?
Here, let me explain. Waku-san's death was an 89-related accident. That's our theory, at least. The drug must have killed him on the spot. Shono panicked, searching for a place to hide the body.
Which led him to my truck, huh?
Yeah. It must have been the only option he could think of. Things may have turned out differently had you actually reported finding Wakusan's body. But as we both know, that's not what happened.
So all this was because I buried the body?
It was a better stroke of luck than Shono could have ever asked for. After all, the cops never even suspected him.
God damn it! I don't know what the hell I was thinking back then. It all happened so fast. I opened the truck, and the body was there. Naturally, I panicked. The police never would have believed I didn't kill the guy. Of course not. Why would they? I already had a criminal record, too. I was a fool.
Okubo. So you really were innocent after all, huh?
Do you even need to ask?
I guess not. Thank you.
Yagami-san?
Yagami-sensei! What about Emmy? Aren't you gonna ask me about her? I told you before I never would have killed her!
I want to believe you. I really do. But I already did everything I could. I searched non-stop for some kind of hint.
Well, I mean, the Russell trade was bad, but it's that contract that is really bad. Imagine if they didn't extend him and they were able to say, okay, dude, you're playing for your job next year. We're not extending you. You're going to play the last year of your deal. If you don't like it, you can retire. If you don't perform big time, you're out of here. Like, imagine if they could do that. Imagine how nice that would be.
But a guy can only spend so long poring over burnt scraps of evidence. After 3 years, I'm not holding out much hope.
So, guess the real killer is still out there. Just biding his time, waiting for my execution. How are you and I gonna face Emmy in the afterlife? Come on, man! Tell me how!
I wonder if Russ forced them to do it, or if they literally thought it was smart. Like, I wonder why they did that. It doesn't make any sense. We didn't extend
Yagami-san.
Jamal after trading for him.
I think I'm gonna head back to Genda's. What are you up to tonight?
Not sure yet. I think maybe I'll swing by Tender. I could use a drink.
Yagami-san.
I'll be all right. Later, Hoshino-kun.
I wonder why it took so long for the extension then. The trade happened like 3-4 months before the extension.
Not a wise choice.
You know, it really is like Russ knew he was washed up and decided, you know what, I gotta go somewhere where I can get paid now. It really feels like that's what it is. I mean, I'm not one of these people who thinks that Russ is a terrible human being, but that's really how it feels, isn't it? Like, honestly, if he only cared about winning, wouldn't he go to Philly? Like, that Philly front office knows how to go balls to the wall. He probably didn't want to go to Philly because they didn't want to pay him either. That actually kind of makes sense, right? Maybe I'm reading too much into stuff, but it does. That kind of makes sense, don't it? Yeah, I saw that earlier today. I mean, they're going to fire pretty much everybody except Evero. The only question is, do they do it now or do it later? I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, remember, the Colts won their first game with Jeff Saturday. Think about it. And since then, they've been god-awful. Sometimes an infusion of new coaches motivates the team. Here's my question. Does Wilson play again this year? Shouldn't he just be shelved? I mean, Ripon is honestly a better quarterback right now, and all Wilson's going to do is get hurt. Well, clearly Wilson can't force his way out there. If he could, he would have done it against the Cardinals. By the way, it really does suck that Wilson didn't play against the Cardinals. I'm convinced that Wilson would have thrown the game for the Broncos. It's really too bad that Wilson didn't force his way onto the field in that game. I think he would have thrown like 8 interceptions and they would have lost. Yeah, but even with Ripon in there, they only lost by 9 points. If he has like King 10, I'm going to be very annoyed.
One pair.
Very nice. Aggression pays off. Dude, that hand went so good, I think I'm just going to leave. Like, the Broncos played good in that game. Like, their running game really worked, and they still only lost by 9 points. Or won by 9 points. Man, that is the definition of a hit and run. But they're not. It's not going to get better than that. I won like 5,000 chips on the first hand of the night. I just want to get out. Oh.
Bring it on. Really, guys?
So, I hear you're defending Ayabe.
Kuroiwa.
I had to come congratulate you myself on your triumphant return to the courtroom.
I'm not going to be
Is
the
Colt
one
McCoy going to
defending
play
you.
this weekend?
Just helping with the investigation.
Wasn't Shintani-sensei your mentor? You're helping to free the man who murdered him. Are you confused or just desperate for a few scraps off the table? But it wouldn't be the first murder you've set loose in our city. Not a good look.
Ayabe didn't kill Shintani.
His gun begs to differ. The rifling matches the marks on the bullet.
Yeah, that's how the real killer framed him for it. If you seriously can't see that, then I'm not the confused one here.
Say what you will.
Hello? You need something? More or less. Doesn't look like you're here to talk.
That's right. Your little detective game's over, Yagami.
Wait, is that... Yagami-san!
Hoshino-kun, stay back!
Huh?
This guy's dangerous.
Oh. Yeah.
I can see that.
If they hire Bevel, that's pathetic. God, Bevel as a head coach? That would be sad. A guy who's never been a head coach before. Like, Dan Quinn would be more respectable than that, I think. I'm sure he'd love to be a head coach. But... like, the Broncos have more money than anybody else in the NFL by far. By far. And they're going to hire... Darrell Bevel to be their head coach. That's just depressing. God damn it. I tried to run away. This guy has 3 health bars? Are you kidding me? Damn it. Yeah, Mafe, I thought Mafe was fine. I got no problem with the way Mafe played. Nothing outstanding, but he was fine.
Die, Yagami! Die! All bark and no bite.
Well, Russ has negative value. Like, you'd have to give away a first-round pick to get rid of Russ right now.
Damn it.
Like, I don't think you could trade Russ for Kobe Bryant straight up. That's not. That's a terrible trade.
But that guy wasn't messing around.
What do you mean?
He would have killed me for sure if I let him.
Maybe one of Hamura's men?
What's up, Tuck? How'd your chat with Okubo go?
Listen, someone just tried to murder me. Probably sent by Hamura.
What?
Watch your back, Kaito-san. Where are you now?
Right by the office. Got Sugiura with me, too.
Don't go back there. Not now.
All right. I got a place.
Oh, yeah?
KJ Art, the Kyorei HQ. Hamura ain't gonna touch us there.
Wait, you're gonna go there after we beat the crap out of Shioya and his whole crew in that club? You think they'll just let us hang out?
Of course I do. We've got Kajihiro on our side. We'll go on ahead. Get your ass over there quick, yeah?
Sounds like we're meeting at KJ Art.
I heard.
Well, let's go. Really, guys?
Oh, are you just gonna stand there and let me punch you? You guys aren't even fighting back. This is sad. You guys suck. You guys suck. You guys suck big time.
Yagami-san.
Yeah, this is a revenge game all the way around. In fairness, Pete deserved to be fired, though. He was not a good Jets coach, was he?
それでは
Yes.
This is the Kyorei clan headquarters, right?
Last I checked.
Oh, this is gonna shave some years off my life.
I'm nervous too.
Don't be a baby.
Yagami-san. Who's your little buddy?
I'm, Hoshino, sir. From the Genda Law Office.
Uh-huh. Well, Kaito-san's already here. Sorry to say Shiuya's out of the office, but Murase will be glad to entertain you. Come on in.
Where is Marasi? The map doesn't say, but... Yeah, it would help, but I think as long as the Ravens lose to the Bengals, it's okay. In Week 18, which is very likely. The main thing is we just need the Chargers to beat the Rams. We need the Chargers to beat the Rams.
Well, if it isn't Yagami-sensei. Come in. Come in.
Huh?
Just to guarantee the Chargers have something to play for.
Now. Chairman Kajihira's told us to do whatever you say.
Listen to this, Talk. I asked for a massage, and he actually gave me one. I had you all wrong, Murase. You're just a big teddy bear.
Don't get too carried away, Kaito-san.
Maybe I'll see if Shibuya will massage me next.
I'm gonna say that's probably a bad idea. Anyway, go on and take a load off.
So Okubo really didn't kill Waku-san all those years ago.
If his reaction's anything to go by.
He might not have even killed his girlfriend. At least that's how it looked to me.
Huh?
I'd rather not go there right now.
I've been wondering, Yagami-sensei. Who is that guy?
You curious?
Can't blame a guy for asking, can you?
Well, apparently he's afraid of Yakuza. Better to just leave him alone.
Well, okay then.
So, Shono's looking more suspicious every day.
About time for a good old face-to-face.
We just need the Chargers to beat the Rams, and I think it'll be okay.
Judging from our last visit, we won't be able to get an appointment. With Shono or Kido.
Then we won't make an appointment. All we do is wait in the lobby, then ambush Shono when he comes out.
A stakeout, huh? That's my kind of job.
Actually, you're gonna be staying back.
Huh?
I mean, they'd catch on in a heartbeat if they saw a tough guy like you standing around. And Hoshino-kun, you should go back to Genda's.
Okay, but...
Alright then, sounds like I'm tagging along.
Yeah, let's go. We going?
Alright guys, I will be right back. Gotta use the facilities again. When I get back, we'll do a little bit more. See you guys shortly. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, Malik Willis might be the worst quarterback I've seen play this year. It's either him or Zach Wilson, or I guess now Nick Foles. Like, Malik Willis legitimately just stands there and waits to get sacked so often. Like, we make fun of Wilson for taking too many sacks. Malik Willis literally, it looks like a dude is playing Madden and his controller got disconnected after the snap. They still have Kevin Byrd. He's still good. But yeah, I agree. The Titans could suck next year. Seems like Mike Vrabel somehow always manages to get them to play hard, though. But that's not a bad idea if you're going to try to get in on somebody's future first. It's not going to be as good as it was this year, though. You'll never get it as good as it was this year.
This place is fucking huge.
Keep it close to your chest, Sugiura. We're supposed to blend in, remember? Now let's settle down and wait for Shono.
But what if you already went home? Come on, let's ask somebody. I don't want to sit here all night if he's never coming out.
Good point.
We going?
Or, what if they let Ryan Tannehill go, keep Malik Willis, and then start him, and then go 0-17? Because they probably would with Malik Willis.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you something?
Yes?
Is Shono-san from the 89 team still here?
Oh, most likely. He's always one of the last researchers to leave. Do you have an appointment with him, sir?
Is that Shermie Lay
Not
again?
Exactly, no.
Oh, Yagami-san, good evening.
Oh, you're...
Hashimoto. I showed you to Shono's lab the other day.
Oh, right. Good to see you.
Do you need something more from him?
Well...
Yagami-san, there he is. It's Shono.
Gotta run. Where is he?
Over there, by the stairs.
Colts could still be really bad, though. Like, that Colts team needs an enema.
We going?
Hey. Suspicious. Suspicious.
I'm going to stick to my original statement about the Bears, what they're going to do in the draft. They could do anything. I think they could do literally anything. I would not presume.
Found him. Looks like he's talking to Kido.
What do we do?
Okay, let's move in.
Well, if it isn't Yagami-san, Kamurocho's finest private eye.
You again.
This had better be the last time I see you in this center. Are you aware that I filed a complaint with the Bar Association about you?
Aren't you the Vice Minister of Health?
My name is Ichinose.
Fields is fun,
Yeah,
but
I
it feels
remember
like
you
he'll
from
never
the
play a
other
full
day.
season.
Looks like you come here often.
Of course. The success of AD9 is a matter of national importance. As such, there are a great many discussions that need to be had. Patents, legislation, the like. Now I suggest you leave before I call the guards to escort you out.
So much for the plan. Shono's gonna be on red alert after that. Doubt he'll be coming down through the lobby now. What do we do? Let's go, Yagami-san.
Come on, dude, jump the fence. I wonder if they fire Lovey Smith.
Hashimoto-san. Sorry for running off.
Excuse me.
It's all right. I, saw what happened. Dr. Shono slipped away from you, huh?
Yeah. We just wanted to talk, too.
He has been especially busy lately.
Yeah, what if we got the number
Lately,
2
he only
pick and the
goes home
Bears
once
were
every
picking number
3 days
1?
or so. Even so, he makes his morning rounds at the hospital every single day without fail. I can't overstate how much
That'd be
respect
fun.
I have for him.
Although not as fun, actually, because the Bears wouldn't take Bryce Young.
What do you mean, rounds?
It's a little custom of his. He takes a walk around the hospital every
But
morning.
Jacksonville
Been doing it for
is
years.
hot lately, man.
Right.
Like, legitimately.
He did the same 3 years ago.
Passion like his is what's going to make or break our research. And with that, I should be going. Sorry to be so curt.
It's fine.
Goodbye, then.
Security on Shono's lab is airtight. Can't get in without a special gold keycard. But that's not the case for the hospital wing. Meaning, we have some time to kill until Shono's rounds.
Yeah, but Jacksonville's actually winning. Like, they
You wanna
actually
chill
beat
till
the
morning and
Cowboys.
ambush him in the hospital?
Yeah. Just have to sneak in between now and then.
Guess the next question is, where do we get in?
Let's check the map.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence is still a young quarterback. He's liable to have a fluky bad game. Honestly, Herbert kind of had the fluky bad game we needed him to have tonight. The problem is, Foles was much worse. And I mean, Foles was somehow worse than Russell Wilson was this week.
This
I mean,
goes over
good
to
lord.
the hospital. I think Waku-san was up on the 4th floor. Hey, this is the garage for the hospital. The service entrance, that is. Anyone who makes deliveries parks down here. This could work.
Guess we're
I
sneaking
feel
into
much
the
better
garage,
about the
huh?
Bears winning the game than the Texans winning 2
Yeah.
games. I'll say that.
Come on, let's head outside. We should
I
go
think the
scope
Bears
place
could
out.
beat the Vikings week 18, just because the Vikings might rest starters. Who do the Niners play this week?
Can I help
Where
you?
were you guys like
Are you
5
from the
minutes ago?
Yagami Detective Agency?
That's right.
I'm
Raiders?
the head of security here.
Okay.
The name's Mashiko. The Vice Minister has instructed me to see you two out.
Ichinose-san did?
You blind or something? We're already leaving.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to escort you the rest of the way.
That's a lot of guys for an escort.
Unlikely we get any help there, I guess. So the Vikings might have to play hard in week 18 to secure the 2 seed. Because the Niners, who do they play in week 18?
Hey, where the hell are you taking us? Answer me, asshole.
This should be fine.
Mashiko-san, yeah? What
Okay,
exactly
yeah,
did
they're winning
Ichinose
out
tell you
almost
to
certainly
do?
then.
Make sure you never show your face here again.
I'd say often.
The fuck?
That doesn't look like
The
standard
Vikings
guard equipment.
need all the help they can get.
That's because it's not. This is more of a, personal effect.
Let me guess. You're off the clock.
You bet. I'm on break, and I'm ready to blow off some steam. Now fight me!
It's just getting good.
Freddie Swain's on the Broncos. Yeah, Judy played good. No, Freddie Swain's not on the Panthers. He's on the Broncos.
Come on, do you have to keep waving?
What do you mean? They're the only reason we got in so easy.
True, though ultimately we have the Vice Minister.
Man, these
to thank
guards
for that.
suck.
So, how's it look? Any different from 3 years ago?
Not even a little bit.
We going?
No, I thought you were trying to fight me, dude.
You're not going in?
And lose my perfectly good smoking spot? We'll be fine here for now. Just gotta wait for dawn.
Yeah, but it involves the Giants losing 2 games. I think you're talking about Marquise Blair, Austin.
Yagami-san, have you decided how you're gonna approach Shono?
We'll just have to confront him head on. Where we go from there depends on his response.
You don't want to negotiate with him?
I doubt we have the time for that. After all, this is probably the only chance we'll get to talk to Shono before Ayabe's trial.
Guess so, huh?
Meaning, we don't have time to waste on negotiation.
Gotcha. Speaking of Shono, I actually had an idea.
What's that?
Well, the murder at the ADDC 3 years ago. The thought is that Shono framed Okubo for that and got away with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Vikings can't blow anybody
defended
out,
Okubo.
so that's got to be a good game
Won.
regardless.
Wouldn't the cops have started looking for the real killer once they realized Okubo wasn't their guy?
I'm sure they did. But it wasn't long until Okubo killed again. They didn't have much reason to keep searching, I would imagine.
Exactly. Everyone pegged him as the murderer. Makes sense, they'd think he's the one responsible for Wakusan, too. But don't you think that's kind of convenient? For one person in particular, I mean.
Huh?
The guy who's doing human experiments at the ADDC. Shono.
Your point?
Basically, I think he killed Emi Terasawa and pinned the blame on Okubo. With all he had to lose, don't you think Shono had a motive?
I guess, but... Hey, no, you're right. Emi-chan would have been a threat. But could he really do it? How long have you been thinking this?
Since you told me what a mess Okubo is now. It was just a feeling.
Honestly, I wanted to believe he didn't kill her. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Emi-chan was such a good person. I wasn't gonna let it slide. Not after what Okubo-kun did to her. But after all this time, it turns out Shono's the real killer?
Felt that one
Nothing's
coming.
for sure without evidence. This is all just unfounded speculation. But
I think Pete just
doesn't it
didn't
make you
like
wanna talk
Blair.
to Shono
Maybe
even
Blair will end up being a good player elsewhere.
Yeah. I've never been this ready for morning.
All right. I'm going to stick around and keep streaming for a little while because we have so many people in here still. Did Patrick Starr do commentary for the whole game? Or did he just do that one Russell interception to Wagner? Because I keep seeing the one clip of the interception to Wagner, but did he do the whole game?
Why are you two here?
Yeah, I saw that
Dr.
one.
Shono, what is it? How did you get in here?
I just want to ask you a few questions, Dr.
I didn't see the whole video, but I got the point.
Well, I don't have anything I can say to you. Apologies. I need you to handle this. I have to go.
Where are you going? This won't take long.
Sorry, I can't let you go any further. Call
Really?
security.
Shono!
Let's go, Yagami-san. We can't let him get away. It's our only chance.
Are you serious? I'm gonna have to beat up a bunch of doctors? Literally everybody was kung fu fighting. Well, I'm going to hell for this.
Shono, wait! Hold up! Sokuga!
This is Shono. 30 seconds? Just get over here!
Shono, wait! You won't get away.
No, I think a huge part of the fan base thinks Russ is more to blame.
This is Shono. 3 minutes. I can't wait for 3 minutes.
I don't agree with that at all. I think a huge part of the fan base blames Russ. Or at the very least, they acknowledge that Russ sucks too. Yeah, but Christmas wouldn't be nearly as fun in the summertime. You want to have it at the end of the year, I think.
Open up! Hey! Do you hear me?
Funny that we'd end up here of all places.
Good.
This is the room, right? Where Waku-san was staying? The man who died after you used him as a test subject for 89. Why'd you do it, Shono? For the glory? Thought nobody'd notice one missing dementia patient?
What are you talking about? Get out of here! This is trespassing!
Huh. You sure you want us to go?
Huh?
I thought you'd be a little more curious about how much of your secret I really know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one backing the mole.
I mean,
Isn't that
Hackett's
right?
offense was fine.
How dare you accuse me of...
That's not all I know. Hamura's the middleman.
Hackett's
satisfied with his
offense
work?
was fine. Russ just couldn't run it.
stand for this
Hackett was bad for all
baseless
these other
slander.
reasons.
What proof do you have?
You just made a big mistake, Shono-san.
Huh?
You've been working non-stop on this new drug, right? No way the street slang about a murderer
Hackett's
would've
bad
reached
because he
your
doesn't know how to
ears.
manage the clock or
You
use
were supposed to
timeouts.
ask what the mole is.
What is the mole?
There's a good boy.
The serial killer who's been gouging people's eyes out. It all started 3 years ago, right here in this center. You performed an 89 experiment on Waku-san while he was asleep. Probably late at night. And when he died, you did the only thing you could. Snuck him out. I'm sure Waku-san's death came as a complete shock to you. But you didn't have time to panic. You needed to hide the body, fast. So you used the laundry cart to transport it without raising suspicion. You just needed to get it as far away as possible. Then, just before 8 a.m., Shinpei Okubo arrived at the hospital to gather the linens. That was your chance. You waited for an opening, hid the body in his truck. That wouldn't solve anything, though. Okubo would find Waku-san, and of course call the cops. Naturally, they'd then search for whoever stashed the body there. But you didn't have any other choice, did you? You had to take the risk, and somehow, it paid off. Turned out, Shinpei Okubo had a criminal record, and was worried the police would suspect he murdered Waku-san. So, he didn't report it. Instead choosing to bury the body deep in the Okutama Mountains.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Rosberg isn't qualified to run an offense.
I mean, it's practically a miracle someone else stepped up and took the blame for you, wouldn't you say?
I don't know what
They
you're
might run a lot of trick plays, though.
But then another miracle happened. One not so convenient for you. Okubo walked. And if he was innocent, that would mean someone else killed Waku-san. They might have even come after you if you didn't do anything. Which is when you sold your soul to the devil.
What do you mean by that?
Don't play dumb with me. You know all too damn well what I'm talking about. You needed to frame Okubo. And you murdered someone in cold blood to do it.
Murder? Who are you accusing me of killing?
Emi Terasawa, a co-worker of yours, and Okubo's girlfriend.
Oh.
You forced your way into their apartment and murdered Emi. According to the autopsy report, she was stabbed at least 15 times.
I didn't.
Did she tell you Okubo-kun had been taking pills to help him sleep at night? Conveniently enough, he didn't wake up while you were murdering his girlfriend. Him smelling like booze was probably your doing too. Let me guess. You injected him with alcohol? That'd raise his BAC no problem. And sure, he could have died if you messed up, but that wouldn't have mattered. As long as you could chalk up Emi's murder to a drunk, suicidal Okubo-kun. And once you made sure you could pin the blame on Okubo, you set fire to the whole apartment.
What evidence do you have to...
Don't worry. I can't prove it yet. But I'm damn near positive I'm on the right track. I can see it in your eyes. Look, I know what you're thinking. 89 will save countless people, meaning there's no way you're not doing the right thing. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Shono, but that's just not true. You know, when someone thinks they're in the right, that's when the real cruelty in people starts to come out. So what do you say, Shono? Are you really right?
I think Russ is just super concussed.
Just what is going on in here, damn it?
Oh, hey. We were just heading out.
Why, you...
And by the way, so sorry to hear about 89. Maybe you, need a few more humans to test it on? Don't worry. Shono-san here didn't tell us a damn thing. But hey, I'm gonna find out the truth. Even if it's the last thing I do.
AJS. Yeah. I mean, man, did Tua flip the switch at the end of that game. Really disappointing. Yeah, I know, JS.
Whoops. My foot slipped. How clumsy of me. That hurt, huh? I asked you if it hurt.
Please, I didn't kill her. You have to believe me.
Oh, crying's not gonna help you now, kid.
Of course, it's beyond Russ, but he's still terrible.
You still stabbed in the fucking stomach, didn't you, you little shit?
I have no interest in absolving Wilson of any blame for this.
Look, Okubo, I don't want to go getting your hopes up just yet. But just listen. I was gonna say, I believe you. You didn't kill her. I can see that now. It'll all work out. I'm gonna avenge Emi-chan. And I swear I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise. Sorry, I should have said that to you a lot sooner. What was I doing? These 3 years, I didn't do a damn thing to help you.
Dude, calm down. It's completely understandable.
So, will you give me another chance?
Anthony Richardson's probably not falling to the second.
Of course I will. Of course. Thank you so much.
Three years ago, a dementia patient at the ADDC was murdered. Even now, Shinpei Okubo, the man convicted of the crime, pleads innocence. But Yagami's
I hope you're
theory
right. He shouldn't be, but I feel like he will be.
was set in motion by human experimentation for AD9.
Yeah, Santi.
Unveils
There
the
are
true
12 chapters and a
behind Emi
finale.
Terasawa's death.
I think Anthony Richardson has more talent than Jalen Hurts, though. Like, Anthony Richardson has a really impressive arm that I don't think Hurts had.
I'm gonna go discuss a few things with Ayabe-san.
Yagami joining you?
The backpack
No,
makes you
I'm
look like a
going alone.
junior high student.
Yagami-san, well, he may be keeping his distance for a while. He thinks the mole might target him, so he doesn't want to get us involved. You should watch your back too, Genda-sensei.
Been a while since he's been this distant.
Knowing Yagami-san, he'll want to solve every single incident related to AD9. And if he does, maybe he can prove that Ayabe-san and Okubo-kun are innocent.
Clearing Shinpei Okubo's name this late on? Yagami'd be a damn hero.
I think he might enjoy that.
Yeah, hero is hardly a big enough word. A legend is more like it.
Don't get
I think so. I would extend Nuosu. Look what he's doing with no help around him. I mean, I think we're just playing him too many snaps because our depth is trash. I like Nuosu a lot. I think this is 100% just a situational thing with him.
The bugs in the Matsugane office are still working, just like I said they'd be.
Good. Can you hear anything?
Just small talk. Sounds like there are a ton of people in there.
Hamura too?
Doubt it. Everyone be on edge with him in the house. No chance of small talk.
But Hamura's still gonna get in touch with him, right?
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? You're the one who said he'd be calling him.
You don't gotta lose your shit over it.
Where the hell is he?
Guess all we can do now is sit here and wait till somebody spills the beans.
Can you at least put that shit out? You're stinking up the whole van.
Fair enough.
Oops, bad habit.
Sorry, but you're just gonna have to deal. Anyway, you're serious about capturing Hamura, yeah?
Yeah. He's our only chance of finding the mole. We don't get Hamura, we lose. Ayabe and Okubo are done for.
I'm hearing you, but sitting crammed in this damn car ain't gonna help us nab him.
Luckily, I have just the thing.
I think he's going to want more than that, Beta. He's a pass rusher. Pass rushers are pricey.
We'll spy on them from the sky. Uh-huh.
Maybe. Maybe something like that. Some people are really kind of defending Daryl Taylor lately. I don't... Oh god, the wind. Not this shit again. Okay. I mean, Taylor has value, but it's not very much. ideally, a guy like Daryl Taylor would be playing 15 snaps a game, and that's just not worth that much. Oh my god. Dude, the wind is killing me. This thing is a kite. This thing basically floats like a kite. Yeah, Taylor doesn't have negative value, but it's so damn small. I don't even know what building I'm supposed to be looking at here.
The hell are you going, man? We're supposed to be scouting the office.
Yeah, which one is the office? Which building is office?
Suspicious.
Aha.
Is that Higashi?
Yup. Guy really thinks he's hot shit, huh?
Guess he's moving up in the world.
Maybe with Hamura gone, he's been able to relax a little.
He's leaving. I'm gonna follow him. Better to split up than I'll sit around in one place.
I'll come with. My legs are getting sore as shit in here.
So what? I'm stuck here by myself?
I'll switch with you later. Promise.
Nope. We have to follow him. Really, JS? I was watching somebody play Sonic Frontiers. Did not look that good to me. I was not overly impressed. Looked like there was nothing to do in the open world. Shit.
Shit, I blew it.
And it looked really repetitive once you got to like this third world. Like everything was just the same. Like, I don't know. It looked like a game that kids might like, but it didn't look like anything that was going to interest me that much. I've never been a Sonic fan, admittedly. That could be part of it. I don't know. Oh, this is gonna suck. Honestly, if we lose out, I'm restarting the Fire Pete Carroll stuff in the offseason. I don't care. I don't care. People aren't going to like it. I don't care. A real head coach should not allow a collapse like that. around, assholes. Really, JS? My dad said he liked it. Hey, Ball Bearing Bomb, what's up? My dad watched through the whole thing. He actually really liked it. Dude, get off the phone.
Wait.
I mean, that's basically what Better Call Saul did. I've learned to not really care about that. Like, they have Hector speaking in English in almost all of his scenes, just because the actor who plays him doesn't know how to speak Spanish. Huh. Well, Jody doesn't know who Clyde Drexler is, so whatever. I mean, I haven't watched any Jack Ryan, so I don't know very much about it, but I've kind of gotten used to that.
Hey, Talk. You sure we can be out like this?
Good point.
Wrong time to
Shono could be
ask.
sending his assassin after us as we speak. We could get attacked at any time.
Thought so.
Oh yeah, the Sun sold. How much was that? For a franchise like the Suns, $4 billion sounds like a lot. No disrespect to any Suns fans.
Wait.
Sauce is good because he gets away with holding 20 times a game. Can we just be real with that? Can we just be honest here? Like, Sauce would be no better than Kobe Bryant if the refs weren't up his rectum constantly.
Right.
What the?
Shit. Hurry up and get to going wherever you're going to get to go to. Can you assholes, like, get out of my fucking way? Jesus. What are you guys doing, walking back and forth? The hell are you guys doing? Even though the Chiefs are going to blow out the Broncos this week, there should be an opportunity for Russ to score a touchdown. So he finally has more touchdowns than bathrooms, right? Like, at least that meme will be over.
No clue, but he's alone now. We could just walk up to him and ask.
You really think he's gonna listen to us? Haven't talked to him since our fight at that restaurant.
Worst thing that happens is he says no.
Guess you got a point there. All right, let's give it a shot. What the? He's bolting.
Why?
So, the Broncos actually average more points in Brett Rippon starts than they do Wilson starts. They average 16.5 points in Brett Rippon starts and a little less than 15.5 in Wilson starts. Is it fair to say that Brett Rippon is actually a better quarterback? Damn it.
Hold up.
Hey D-Turp, what's up, man? You get tired?
What?
Oh, really?
You done running?
D-Turp?
I wasn't running away.
How did that transpire?
Not from you, anyway. Huh? I just couldn't let the family see us talking. You get it? So then you'll hear us out?
Higashi, you fucking...
Dude, are you out of shape
He's
or
not
something?
gonna run anymore. Just take it easy, Kaito-san.
Captain Hamura's throwing everything he's got into catching the two of you. Whole family's got orders to let him know if you ever cross our path.
One of those.
Meaning, if you called him now, he'd come straight to us.
And then what, huh?
Well, that was
Once you're
inevitable
dead,
then.
You know that, right?
Just tell me where he is.
Nobody's told me. Honest. Listen, I'm not gonna rat about seeing you here. But if I were you, I'd consider getting out of town. Real fast. Bet Matsugani-san would agree with me, too.
You know, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
Should we take him up on that offer? Skip town, wait till it all blows over?
Don't be ridiculous.
Just joking. Anyway, sounds like Hamura's got men looking for us. And they're out for blood.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
If they want to find us so bad, let them find us. Anyone who comes our way is in for a world of hurt. And
You've
once
got
we
11
capture
people
him,
in here.
we can
I kind of
force
want
him
to keep
tell us where
going.
Hamura is.
But it's almost 1.
How are you so confident? They might kill us before we get a chance to fight. Maybe even gouge our eyes out.
Then what? You want to just sit in the
I don't
car
know.
with
I do need to go
Sugiura
to
in
bed.
the
I do need to wake
non-smoking
up.
section?
I do need to wake up
Doesn't
kind of
sound so
early
good
tomorrow.
either.
Damn right it doesn't. Now go walk around a bit. I'll be watching from behind.
If you say so.
Oh, and try and make yourself look like an easy target.
How exactly am I gonna do that?
Beats me. I'm sure you could think of something.
D-Terp, wow. Another set of gifted subs to
Tom,
the channel.
Can you hear me?
Congrats to Austin,
go
Big
wherever
Country,
and try
Beta,
to look
Arixki, and Lightning Data.
I've got your back.
Thank you so much, D-Terp. Wow. God. Now I kind of feel obligated to keep streaming for a little while because we just got the sub bomb. Like, I can't just turn the stream off after that. I haven't had to pick a lock in like 8 years in this game, I feel like. Oh, that's kind of nice. I need that. 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 It is so clutch. KC's defense isn't that good. I think Denver scores some points. Oh, yeah. How do I do VIP? How do I give somebody VIP? Doesn't let me do it from the profile. Well, Wilson needs one more touchdown so he can have more touchdowns than Bathrooms. I think he did watch it, Dota. I think he did. There we go. No, what are you talking about, JS? Not familiar with that one. Oh my, oh, I did see that. I didn't know it was Albert Breer, though. God, why would you even say that? What are you doing? And also, Nick Saban would be a hysterical... Dude, if the... Dude, the Broncos getting Nick Saban? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? One of the worst NFL head coaches in recent memory. Belichick would have nothing to do with that situation, dude. I mean, let's pretend for a second here that Belichick's in danger in New England because the last 3 years haven't gone well. Even if that was true, which I kind of doubt. Do you give Pete another year to figure it out? Not if we collapse. Not if we complete the collapse. I mean, well, we probably will, but I certainly wouldn't choose to do it. Like, sorry, this collapse is just a little too much. Oh, yeah.
Going, Talk. You look weak as shit out there. You're like a baby sheep or something. How are you even doing that?
Can you not? This is how I always walk.
Sorry. And don't worry, you're in the
Yeah,
clear
I don't
now.
think anybody worth
Hope
taking
you're watching.
seriously thinks the Broncos' job is desirable.
We don't know what's gonna happen next, though.
Thanks for the head.
Like, there's nothing desirable about that job. It might be the least desirable job in sports. Like, the only worst job would be working for Dan Schneider. I don't know, man. What has Bevel been doing lately? He's with the Dolphins. Okay, a little bit of credibility there, I guess. Gotta stick around now. Ooh. I guess we win.
3 of a kind.
Wow. Suck out. Suck out city, baby. My issue with that is not getting Russ to the next level. That is just letting him stay at level 1. That is just saying, okay, we're going to let you do all the things that you used to do and hope that other teams are stupid and let you do it. Yeah, but that stuff doesn't work. Like, they need somebody who can go in there and tell Russ to start doing things differently. Like, that's the problem, my problem with the Schottenheimer thing, too. It's like, you're just letting him do the stuff that he used to do that stopped working a year and a half ago. I mean, there's a reason why the Fangio defense is so popular these days, right? The Fangio defense is popular to stop quarterbacks like Wilson from chewing you up via the deep ball. That's the thing. This stuff doesn't really work that well anymore. Alright, D-Terp, I'm probably going to hop off in like 10 minutes here. Thank you for coming by, and sorry to hear the bad news. But yeah, normally I'd stay up a little later, but I actually have to get to bed because tomorrow I actually have to do some stuff.
Oh, you got me.
He called with Queen High. Unbelievable.
Oh, you got me.
Hello. I'm just going to keep pushing it. Although the deuce is actually a bad card now that I think about it. I should slow down. I need to hit the brakes here. The deuce is actually a bad card.
2 pair.
Yes, okay. We're good. Phew. Barely. Thank God for the board pairing. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's probably what is going to happen, but I think it's the wrong idea to just say, okay, Russ, let's go back to doing all the stuff you used to do. I don't know. To me, that's not going to produce positive results, but it's probably the only thing you can do. Bond? James Bond? I still love all the Broncos fans who scream at Wilson on Twitter that he needs to take a pay cut. Like he's ever going to do that. And honestly, as much as he sucks, he absolutely shouldn't take a pay cut. The Broncos should have to live with their mistake. But I love the world these people live in where they think athletes are just going to, like, give money back just because. Daily Broncos. There's a Twitter account called Daily Broncos. I think that's the one you're talking about. Well, that is a really bad turn, but I'm going to keep betting because... Yeah, okay. We were good the whole time. I mean, absolutely call Wilson out on being dog shit. Yeah, the Waldron thing's hysterical. The Waldron thing... Imagine if they actually got Waldron to be their head coach. Of course Waldron didn't like what Russ was doing. Russ almost got Waldron fired after 1 year.
Don't forget the mission, yeah?
I won't. This is all part of the plan.
Well, 2018 was also the year he barely ever threw the ball. We ran the ball more than anybody. I think that speaks volumes, unfortunately. Alright guys, thanks for coming out tonight. We had a great stream. I'm going to run some ads and then turn the stream off. See you guys in the morning. There are going to be some videos, and I'll be streaming.